Hi, welcome back to BrainFLoTv again, everybody. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and let's get right into the material. Judge Granville. Everybody wants to know who this judge is. Who's this bald-headed dude that started off the first day of this RICO trial, brought his dog in here, and also had an earring in his ear? Judge came in here looking like he went out partying last night. You know when you go out partying, but you got to be at work at 7 o'clock in the morning, and you just leaving the party at 4 a.m., and you kind of toe up, but you trying to hold it together. So you get home, you take a shower, you grab something to eat, you set an alarm, you say, I'm going to sleep for like 2 hours, get up and make it to work because it's just down the street. And you get to work, and you got the earrings in that you went partying last night. Mind you, your job has a policy that says no earrings allowed, only on females, but you're a male. So that's how the judge came in. But I started wondering, I said at first, man, that's kind of sloppy. But I'm no judge, and I also do not work in that line of work, so I don't know what the rules and regulations are. But shout out to XXL. We got some information concerning who this judge actually is. Here we go. Young Thug's YSL RICO trial has begun, and as the rapper and his co-defendants attempt to prove their innocence in a trial that has been 19 months in the making. Presiding over this particular trial, though, is Superior Court of Fulton County Chief Judge Ural Granville, Ural Granville, who has at times taken center stage in the proceedings, which has been unlike any other trial in hip-hop history. Maybe because it's a black man that's sitting over a trial and it's a hip-hop trial. I don't know. I remember from way back in the day, let's see, 2 Live Crew, Uncle Luke, they went to the courts and, you know, they had songs like something about banned in the USA. I was banned in the USA. And it was all about freedom of speech back then because of the things they were saying on their records. Pop that pussy, pop that pussy, baby. And they had other ones, face down, ass up. That's the way we like to fuck. And that was music. But that music was looked at as vulgar, disrespectful, should never be put on record in a song. This was hip hop, coming of age, pushing its boundaries. And they took it to court, they fought, and they won. So ever since that day, thanks to Uncle Luke down in Miami and Luke Skywalker Records and the 2 Live Crew, now today everybody could have sex on records, say whatever they want to say, kill people in songs, and all that other stuff. Neither here nor there, though. As we move with the information, so Judge Ural Granville, he was born in Columbus, Ohio, and he moved to the South in 1982, where he attended the University of Georgia and then enlisted in the United States Army ROTC program. After entering a Juris Doctor degree, after he gained or earned his Juris Doctor degree from the UGA Law School or School of Law, he began and he served 33 years of military service. See, I was telling y'all that this is a military man. 33 years of military service, most notably as a brigadier general. Holy shit, that is no small friggin' rank, my friend. Listen, a brigadier general or a general of any order, they shut shit down when they come through. Ask anybody who was in the military, they'll tell you that's some heavy rank to carry, right? And he was Chief Judge of the United States Army Court of Criminal Appeals. This brother is highly decorated. He's sitting there with one earring in his ear and a service dog next to him. People like me over here thinking, oh, damn, he just brought a dog to court. What the hell that dog got to do with the case? In December of 2022, Judge Granville was sworn in as the Chief Judge of Fulton County, Georgia Superior Court. Understand, put some respect on that man's name. Now, following the indictment of Young Thug, Gunna, and 26 other YSL affiliates on charges of murder, armed robbery, and violating Georgia's Racketeer Influence and Corruption Organizations Act, or RICO, In May of 2022, Judge Granville was assigned to the case and has been in the spotlight ever since. In June of last year, 2022, Granville faced scrutiny for denying a request for Young Thug's bond. He referred to the Atlanta rapper as a danger to the community despite emotional testimonies from 300 Entertainment co-founder Kevin Liles and others regarding Thugger's character. Kevin Liles actually got up there and said, "I stake my reputation on it, Your Honor. I will put my assets on it. Millions of dollars worth of assets." Young Thug will put his on it as well, and he has millions of dollars worth of assets as well. The judge still denied Thugger his bond. Judge Granville also made headlines through the pretrial hearing for bold decisions that included ordering a juror to write a 30-page essay for taking a trip to the Dominican Republic and threatening a lawyer with jail time for refusing to buy lunch for another attorneys. Yo, this judge is not playing. Listen, this is like when you in school. Remember back in grade school when the teacher was like, "Oh, so you've been talking in class, right? So this is what you're going to do. You're going to write, 'I will not talk in class anymore' on this piece of paper, and you're going to fill each line back in front. You're going to write this 800 times, 'I will not talk in class anymore.' By the time you're finished, you honestly don't want to talk in class anymore." And the other alternative to that is usually detention, right? So he applied that actually in this case. One of these jurors decided, "Oh, I got jury duty, but you know what I'm saying, this trip to Dominican Republic is calling, so I'm going to run out to the DR real quick and then come back." Apparently they didn't get back on time. Trial started and they were not there. So the judge said, matter of fact, I saw the video. It was an African American person. The judge said, "Listen, back in the day, people like me and you," speaking of African American, "we were not allowed to even serve on jurors, as jurors on a jury. So what I want you to do is I want you to write a 30-page essay. It must only be peer-reviewed material, putting the information in it. I will run it through for plagiarism, and you will write about the history of jury duty and so on and so forth, right? And you have so many days to do it." And I thought to myself, what the fuck? Like, this judge is not playing around. Then he ordered another one to buy lunch for all his colleagues. I don't know what was behind that, but he got his own way of doing things. Now, during the jury selection process in January of 2023, Judge Granville went viral for reciting the lyrics to Young Thug's 2016 song called "Slime Shit" in front of the entire courtroom, my friend. Now, when Ural Granville took the bench on November 27th for the first day of opening statements in Young Thug's RICO trial, the donning judge instantly became a central character in the courtroom. Before the trial officially kicked off, the judge, he addressed the members of the jury, explaining that they might become distracted by his dog. He said, quote unquote, "Here behind me is this ball that starts jiggling." Granville explained it in a video, and he said, "If you hear a jingling sound like a bell, please don't think that I'm doing anything creepy up here, all right? I have a service dog with me. His name is Jack. I think some of you may have seen him already. He lives the best life ever. He's pampered. He's a Labrador Retriever, and he has about 2.5, 3 years old at this point in time." The judge continued by saying, "If you hear that bell, that's him moving around. He doesn't bark. He barely gets interested in what's going on. So I might, he might come up here and look, see what's going on, but that's about it. Don't bring him any food or anything, okay? He is spoiled rotten. Please don't try to throw him any food back here behind me or anything like that. He doesn't need anything else." And he was speaking about his dog, a service dog. Maybe that's a good point for people who don't know to go look up what a service dog is, especially to military member or a retired member of the military, a vet. what the service dog does for them or to them or with them, etc. So the formal introduction of Jack the Labrador was followed by a moment in which the judge scolded both the defense and the prosecution. He was not at all. He was not really into what they had going on, right? It was something about somebody wasn't following guidelines and signs or the slide or something. No PowerPoint because you didn't do what I told you to do, he said. And that was to exchange PowerPoints. The esteemed judge declared. He said, "We have wasted almost 2 hours trying to get this stuff done. My orders to you are not aspirational. They're given for a reason. And when you don't follow them, then I have a way to remedy that." In other words, what he was going to do is he was actually going to throw out the whole damn slide from the prosecution, which would have been to Thugger's benefit because they didn't have their stuff prepared and it had them starting like almost 2 hours late. That's the worst thing you could do to somebody who's been in the military because they've trained for all these years. For him as a brigadier general, for him as a military personnel for over 30 years, he has been practicing being 15 to 30 minutes on time ahead of schedule for every friggin' meeting. So now when you step into his courtroom and you show up an hour and 30 minutes late and you're not prepared, trust me, he wants to throw out your evidence. He wants to call it off for the day. He wants to go all the way in. He was probably bubbling like hot grease on the inside. But that's just the way it is. This is just to give you an idea of who this person is. So the next time you see Judge Granville presiding over this case, don't just think this is some guy who just went to law school, worked his way up, and now he is a judge presiding over a case and he's a bitter old individual. This guy is highly decorated, has a complete different life outside of this judge stuff. Over 30 plus years served in the military, and it's no wonder he has that service dog with him. All right. Enjoy that piece of information. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. It's BrainFLoTv. I'm out. Peace.